Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III, here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. Today I want to get you back to some of the basics. We're going to cover prosperity pillar number 1, which is I create my life. Now my goal with covering this is really to help you create a foundation of what you can do in your life. And when you apply these principles, these prosperity pillars, they're going to help you in every single area of your life, your personal, your business, your professional, your relationships. And, Jim Rohn, one of the fathers of personal development, and one of my mentors said, we all have two choices. We can make a living or we can design a life. We can make a living or we can design a life. How powerful is that? We all have two choices. What are you doing? How many of us are just going through life on a day-to-day basis, living our life, making a living, doing all these things without consciously designing or creating our life? Now, that's why I created the prosperity pillars, is to be able to share these concepts. But pillar number 1 is I create my life. So which one are you doing? Think about that for a minute. Are you just making a living? Are you getting by? Or are you designing and creating the life that you were meant to live? Because let's be honest, your focus is going to determine the results that you're going to be getting. So what does it take to consciously create your life? Well, do you ever wake up after weeks and weeks of work and just think, man, where did the time go by? The pillars and the principles of success that are around us have been recognized through time. And this principle, let's call it a secret, is that your thoughts create your life. And if your thoughts create your life, you have to be asking yourself, how consciously are you directing those thoughts? So if you're consciously designing a life, then you'll have thoughts that take you toward creating your life. You have to remember that thoughts will create feelings, and your feelings are going to result and push your actions. And these actions are going to create experiences which will reinforce your beliefs that you have in your life. So you have to consciously be there every single day. Every single day. Create your life now. Make no mistake, whether you're consciously creating your life or you're just living your life, something is being created. Now, I prefer to have a conscious effort creating my life, and I think you will too. So let's talk about the steps for creating your life. First, you've got to believe that you can do it. Now, a mentor of mine, Les Brown, always says, greatness is within you. Or he'll say, we all have greatness inside of us. We all have this power and the greatness to create the life that we were meant to live. We can do this. You must believe that. And if you have trouble with that belief right now, you can do a lot of things differently to change that. And we'll talk about those in a minute. But first and foremost, you've got to believe that you can do it. The second thing is you must create daily activities which are going to empower you towards designing and creating your life. For example, daily rituals, motivation, inspiration, meditation, these affirmations and activities that help you to learn and grow. Anything you can do that will continue to keep your focus on creating your life on a daily basis. Now, all of those things will ultimately be daily habits for success, and this will help you to create the life that you're meant to live if you will just practice them consistently. Remember, energy is key. You must be able to create some energy along the way. So do this through physical exercise, creating a state of mental awareness that gives you energy. So once again, first you have to believe that you can do it, and second, you have to create daily activities that'll help you to design your life. And another thing is affirmations. Affirmations will affirm you. One of the things you can do, for example, with affirmations, and one of the reasons I have a prosperity pillar poster, is that you can repeat time and time again these affirmations in order to program your mind for success. Go ahead and say it to yourself. Say it out loud. I create my life. I create my life. It's empowering to be able to say those statements, these affirmations, these powerful, powerful words. Let your mind soak them in and begin to start focusing on what's really important. The next thing you've got to do is you got to set some goals. I'd like you to set some goals, but here's the thing. If you don't have goals of where you'd like to be with your life, what are the chances it's not going to end up taking you where you want to go? As you grow up, people always ask you, what do you want to do? Then as you go through school, they kind of say, well, what do you want to do? What major do you want to have? What kind of job do you want to have? And I think that's all wrong. A mentor of mine a long, long time ago told me it's not as important to ask, what it is you want to do as much as what do you want your life to be like? What do you want your life to be like? If you're going to start creating and designing a life, don't begin with what you want to do for a living. Begin, the material things or things like that. Ask yourself what you want your life to be like. What emotions do you want to have? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? Who is it that you want to have in your life? What does a typical day look like? What type of empowering thoughts, memories, actions are you going to have on a day-to-day basis? I believe if you are consciously creating memories, then you're going to be creating a life of fulfillment, happiness, success. And you've got to implement that strategy. Now, I want you to try something for me. I'd like to empower you with a particular strategy for you to try today. I want you to think back about some of the things that made you the happiest and the most fulfilled. Consciously set a goal for yourself to create a new memory. Create a memory that you feel like you can put inside you in a repertoire of memories that you've had throughout your life, and use that to motivate yourself to consciously create your life. I really believe that if you do this, if you make the effort to create your life, you'll be far more successful than you've ever been, far happier, more fulfilled, and I do believe it's never too late to start living the life that you were meant to live, but you've got to start doing it today. I hope these are some ideas that have sort of inspired you to take some action. And do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button on the podcast and refer this to someone. Help us to share the message. I want to be able to empower you, but I also want you to be able to empower others. My name is George Wright III. This has been the Daily Mastermind. Have an amazing day.